Welcome to SIssues. We are two sisters with issues and a need to work them out, and we're inviting you along for the ride.
Here we are taking the big things we have in common. Our love for Outlander, inappropriate humor, and why people do the things they do. Mix this up with our dirty lady mo's, and this podcast is born.
But don't worry, we'll explore other issues too.
Because you know,
when you have sisters, you have issues.
If you are easily offended or don't appreciate the creative use of colorful Canadian cursive language, this is not the podcast for you.
Hello. Hi. You know what? Sometimes people, I think, are going to have to adjust their volume based on how loud we're speaking, because if we're in a hyper mood, we talk louder. And when we're comfortable and chillaxed, it's just kind of a normal voice. We're like totally unpredictable, I think.
Yeah. So maybe for future reference, when you turn us on, you put the volume down a little bit, because you don't know if we're going to come out screaming.
Yeah, this is true. Oh, so while we're getting ready, to watch season 1, episode 4, The Gathering. So get all your stuff in place, your Netflix, your DVD, or however else you watch it. Get it all set. You want to skip past the highlights from the previous episode and just get right to where the intro music starts.
Until we're delighted with Rhea's beautiful voice, which is Bear McCreary's wife, if you didn't know that little tidbit of information.
Okay, I didn't know that little tidbit. She's gorgeous.
You didn't know that's Bear's wife?
I didn't even know that was Bear's wife. How stupid is that? And I've seen her in different things, but...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's Bear's wife.
She's awesome.
Yeah, she's so
love
beautiful. And I mean, if you have a wife like that and you don't utilize her for the music,
you're in trouble as a husband.
Well, not only that, but you stupid.
Yeah, no, but I just love her personality. I love, how she looks at the music and, just the thoughtfulness that she puts behind each and every season that is different.
Yep. Yeah.
I love it. I can honestly say, though, I remember telling you when we started season 2, I didn't like the change in music.
Yep.
Because I'm one of those girls that really... I'd like things to stay the same, even though I'm a champion of change when it comes to my shows. No, leave it the same.
Uh-huh.
But then after seeing it as many times as I have a better understanding that it's important to set up the season with that main title song, right?
Yep, absolutely. Yep. Yeah, I loved it right from the start, because maybe as a book reader, I love to see, because when you read Diana's books, you can see her books are the same way as the seasons. There's no 2 books that she writes that have the same kind of feel to them.
Yeah.
Everyone is different. Everyone has a different kind of emotion. Everyone has a different kind of feel to them. So the seasons are the same way. There's no 2 that are alike. So I thought it was really quite genius. I thought it was really quite beautiful how the core stays the same, just like the characters in the books. Those core stays the same. However, the way you look at it changes, and that's what they did with those with the songs that start the intros, and that's what Bear did with them. And I think he did a brilliant job.
Yeah, I have to agree with you 100%. Alrighty, sister. Well, okay. Hopefully everybody's got their shit in order, and then let's get playing The Gathering. Did you want to count us down, sister?
Of course I want to count us down. We'll see how I can do it today. Okay, we are going to do it in 3, 2, 1. There we go.
All right. And I'm sorry that I always get us to start at the music, but me and music, man, we go hand in hand. It's what gets me going. So, in order to get into the episode, I want to hear that music all over again. I don't skip it. When hubby sits down to watch it, he skips it. But it's like, no, I got to prepare myself mentally. Let's get going.
You know what? And when I live tweet and stuff like that, I always I never miss doing some sort of dancing gif, because it's like it's what it does. It charges you up for the show. So
Yeah.
I'm always doing, because I'm always like, I sing it, my husband looks at me out of the side of his eye and he's just like, please don't.
Too bad. Too
Rhea,
bad.
Rhea sounds so much better than you. Like I remember it's like, honey, do you like this song? Yeah. Why are you trying to ruin it?
No, because in our minds we sound better than what we actually sound.
I know I don't.
You watch those singing shows on TV. Oh yeah,
I don't.
People do not hear what comes out of their mouth.
I used to be such a good singer when I was younger.
I love that
my voice changed.
I love that they have that pin there.
Yeah,
I love it.
Brooch.
Yes.
Oh yes.
This is funny.
Yeah, I like this one. And there's always a reason for her to do. And of course, when we first saw this episode, we saw her running through the woods. We thought, oh, she's running away.
Well, she's normally heavy breathing for some different reason.
But that's later.
I know.
Much later.
Yeah, this is her first heavy breathing.
And this is what my husband gets, that Claire's running. Is Claire running again?
Yeah, exactly.
So then we're like, oh, okay, she's not running away. But nice flip. Nice flip indeed.
Yeah.
I love those. And see, that was people always talked about the transitions on this show. And that was one of the first ones that they did with really, great aplomb.
Well, you know what?
Look smaller than they appear.
You know what? And it just sucks that it's so shady down there.
No, I'm glad that I can't see Angus's dirty balls, to be perfectly honest with you.
Well, it wasn't the balls. Balls aren't attractive, just like...
Well, I don't find
women
penises all that attractive
downstairs
either.
Is not attractive at all. That's like one of the ugliest things I ever saw.
No, I don't think so. I think they're all so very different. That's one thing that, with, fruit and veg.
Yeah.
The penis and balls, they pretty much look the same, unless, it's cut and uncut. That's the only difference. With women, I find their bodies are so individual and unique.
Yeah, but see, I see fruit and veggies different too. Like,
I don't.
I think they all look different.
No.
Maybe because I'm an examiner of such. I don't know.
I don't know. I've never gone, that's a nice looking cack. Never done it.
Hey, they should be a little bit more happier because she agreed to go back instead of looking so cranky.
No, I think that they even had to go out there to get her was the annoyance.
Well, I think they followed her. They're still following her, aren't they?
Yeah, but I mean there's her little breadcrumbs.
Yeah, exactly.
Her Hansel and Gretel's.
And that nobody else sees them? It's like,
I'm pretty sure that those would be noticeable.
Yeah, just a little bit. But again, who's really wandering the woods right now because everyone's at the gathering.
Right.
And they have those guys up on, during doing the watch anyway. So,
yeah.
Okay, skirt's really not flattering. You have to wear that tire tube underneath it,
It's called a bum roll.
I know, but
that's the thing. It's not flattering to your modern eye.
No.
But back then, everybody did it. Everybody wore it. So it was.
So who came up with it? Who that's I'm intrigued by
a girl with
fashion.
A girl with a nice fat ass said, you know what? I'm tired of all these skinny bitches having skinny butts. So everybody's going to have a nice round ass.
I don't mind it from the back. I think it's actually flattering. It's when it comes around the front of the hips.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, oh,
I
my
say you
hips are
have
big
something
enough.
I'd have something to rest my arms on all day.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. Ever-present shadows.
It's just like the beehive hairdo. One of those things that just shouldn't come back.
Mm-hmm. I don't think bum rolls will ever come back.
No, because they're called injections now.
Yeah, and they're just for the booty.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, I females looking at me.
I think she'd be good for both.
Oh,
Come
yeah.
on, laddies.
Oh, if she ended up could get a tag team, I think she'd be all right with that.
Yeah. Man, those boys are filthy.
Well, they really don't have showers and,
No, but there's water. People can have a bath.
once in a while. I guess when it gets bad. Can you imagine what it actually smelled like at that time?
We talked about that before, and we both know it would be disgusting.
Yeah. Gross.
But I guess, just like everybody can get that, nose blind.
Yeah.
I think is a good word to use for it. You just, once you're around a smell long enough, and that's why people don't notice, like people that, house will start smelling. They don't notice it because they're in it all the time.
And did they know what drawing sticks meant back then? Like, when did that become popular?
Well, Claire would have known.
Yeah,
she just taught them.
But she didn't tell them the longest one won.
Yes, she did.
They just assumed.
No, she did, didn't she?
No.
Didn't she just say that?
No, I don't remember that.
I think she just said it. Now we're going to have to go back and look, but not right now, because...
Let's draw straw.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure she said longest one won. We just watched it.
Yeah, but we weren't listening. We watched it, but we weren't listening to what she was saying.
We were talking again.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah, SIssues.
But if we were to sit here and just watch and not saying anything, what would be the point of doing a podcast about it?
Yeah, because, we're a little bit more entertaining than that, I think.
Well, we would like to hope so.
Hope so.
Because what would be the point? I just said that. What would be the point? What would be the point? If we didn't think we were entertaining, if we didn't think we were fun, if we didn't think we had something to say.
Well, I just think we're just downright crazy. And, I think that in itself is a little entertaining, maybe.
I don't know.
I love her shawl.
Oh,
that one that ties in the front.
Everything that looks itchy to me.
Yeah, because I'm sure all of it was made of wool back then, right?
Yeah, and I'm allergic to wool.
Same. It has to be lined for me to wear it. Like my favorite thing to wear in the wintertime is a pure wool sweater, but it has to be lined because I cannot stand the feel of wool on my skin.
You have made me itchy. Now I'm trying to scratch my back. I can't reach.
You should start braiding that hair on there and it wouldn't get so itchy.
Oh my God, you've made me start itching just thinking about having wool on my skin. Because,
well, at least I'm not talking about itchy fiberglass. Not getting stuck on your skin.
Okay, you know what? You can shut up at any time.
But then again, that goes back to being not entertaining. We don't want...
How about we talk about something that's not going to give me texturitis? This is another word.
I can't even wear cashmere.
Cashmere is really soft, but man, it makes me sweat.
No, it's itchy.
Then it's not. No, real cashmere is not itchy.
Yes, I used to sell real cashmere, and I don't know what it is. It feels nice initially, but the longer I wear it, I can feel the fibers. Like, no. Can't do it.
That's because you get sweaty.
Can't do it.
Yeah,
and
once
my body
sweaty.
sweats.
It's a little. Well, that's why. Because I just explained it to you. Here's Gillis again. She wants. She knows something's up.
Yeah, of course she does. Claire's not like anybody, and just the way she talks, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, technically, he's not alive yet.
That's right.
What's the opposite of not alive?
Yeah.
Dead. or non-existent. I think that's a better way to put it, but that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense to Gillis. Well,
Yeah.
it would. It would make total sense to Gillis. She's the
Yeah.
only one it would make sense to, but Claire doesn't know that yet, right? So Valerian root. That's what I use sometimes.
Do you?
And you know what? How she put that up to her nose and took a whiff like that and didn't go because valerian root smells like farts. Oh, wait, she's used to farts. Never mind.
Exactly, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably smelled better than Arthur.
She married an old one, so.
Well, and makes him fart all the time.
But I wonder if she does that on purpose.
Well, of course she does.
You know, it's part of affecting his innards, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
she looks so young there. Like
she looks,
Galis does. Like, look at her skin. It looks flawless.
Yeah. Porcelain.
Yeah, exactly.
Not toilet porcelain.
No.
Vase porcelain. Like, just so pretty. And even her voice, the way she slows it down at the end of her sentences.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's just got this voice that just like pulls you in.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost hypnotic, like a snake.
Well, I think that's how she's been able to get as far as she has, though, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very manipulative. You know, she makes Claire feel like she cares about her.
Yeah.
When, you know, it's all a ruse just to get more information.
It is, but it's almost like even though she knows, like in her head, she's thinking that Claire is from the future. So it's someone similar to her, right? So, and in some ways, I think she likes her, but it is not going to interfere with her agenda and what she needs to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not quite sure she knows yet.
I think she has a very strong suspicion. That's why she asks so many questions. Yeah. And also in the things that Claire has said, it's like, that's only from the future.
Right.
Yeah. But she also doesn't want to give herself up either, right? Because she has an agenda. She's got, you know, no one's going to stop her.
And that's the thing. She wants to make sure that Claire's not there to stop her from doing what she's got to do.
Right. Yeah. Well, that food should last her a little while with just her going.
Mm-hmm. I couldn't imagine traveling on my, you know, thinking that she's, you know, is able to escape, steal a horse, travel on her own, get to the stones. You know, you gotta have some pretty big kahunas to say, I'm going to be able to do this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Especially with that many people around. I just, the load of stuff there. And all of that food was all real.
I know, right?
Yeah. Even when they were slaughtering things, and they look like they're straight up going at it there.
Well, it's so funny because Rupert ended up getting her, even though Angus drew the biggest straw.
Yep. Uh-huh. Yep. We know who she was looking at now.
Yeah, exactly. But it's funny. Kevin made a good point. Well, what a waste of food. They used all real food.
Well, you never know where it went, though. They could have went to a food bank afterwards.
That would be a great question. Or did it just all go back in the fridge for the next day?
Yeah, possibly.
You know?
Yeah.
Or was
I don't think they
everybody, break time, have a snack.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I doubt it went to waste.
No, I don't think it would.
Yeah. All real animals. Shinty.
Hockey.
Oh my God, Phyllis, it's not hockey. There's no ice.
There's
no skates.
No, you don't.
There's Ron D. Moore right there.
That's so funny, eh?
Yeah.
That's good though. It's nice to see those little snippets of the behind the scenes people in there.
Mm-hmm. I'm just surprised that he ever did it. And then we'll see Diana.
Yeah. And
playing
she's playing
Iona.
Iona McTavish.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, McTavish being the name that Jamie used. There
Yeah.
she is right there, Iona. I love how she tipped a voice up nice and high.
And I
Because
love how
Diana's voice is not so high.
and it's so funny that Mrs. Fitz kind of gives her a backhanded compliment.
Yeah,
Oh,
they obviously
lovely.
have some history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Because
funny.
she's like, how are you using the same decorations you used before? Isn't that nice? Uh,
Same dress as the last gathering 20 years ago.
yep. Yeah.
Too funny. See, now he has his hair tied back.
Yeah. Yeah. Now it's for ceremony.
Yeah, exactly. With the ribbon.
Yeah. Fancy dancy pantsy.
Mm-hmm.
Twisty McTwisterson. Bendy McBenderson.
But never a smile.
God, no. Why are we going to smile?
Nobody smiled back then. Life was so hard.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's funny that you
It
look
was
at
for him, for sure.
old black and white pictures. Never anybody smiled. But it was also a process to get a picture way back then. You would have to sit so long for the photographer to get the camera ready.
Yep.
Like long periods of time.
And also, they used to take pictures with dead people back in those days too, the post-mortem pictures, and because they couldn't afford to get pictures taken when people were alive, so sometimes they would, you know, when somebody was dead, to memorialize them, they'd have like family pictures with dead people.
Dead people, yeah, exactly.
And
I love. Oh, sorry.
You go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I love Claire's dress. I love the plaid, the tartan. I love it. Oh.
Diana shushes them.
Of course, Diana did.
Yeah. And then, of course, Murtaugh completely ignores her.
Yeah.
Go ahead, shush me. Ain't listening.
But it's nice that Murtaugh is taking a few minutes to explain what's going on to her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think right from the start, you know, like, why would Murtaugh save her in the first place, right? Like, he had no obligation at all to save her, and he did. And, you know, he had no obligation to, you know, tell her, stop teasing Jamie.
Hey,
you know,
I just kind of had a little light bulb moment. Do you think because Jamie and Murtaugh are so close, and you know that Jamie saw Claire before she passed through the stones, do you think that he told Murtaugh? No, he didn't.
I don't think Jamie saw Claire before she passed through the stones. That was his ghost.
Yeah. No, but he remembers, right? It's his ghost, you know, just like further on in the series when he says, does Brianna have a birthmark? You know what I mean? So he remembers being in certain places where he physically wasn't. But then I'm thinking, no, he didn't tell him anything maybe about Claire because he didn't know that Claire was a traveler, right?
Right.
But maybe he did tell him, hey, you know what? Be here, you know, stay here. I don't know.
I think
it's my crazy thoughts.
Yeah, it's your crazy thoughts, Phil. Yeah. No, I think Murtaugh just feels that Claire is an intelligent woman, and he can, you know, unlike I don't think he has the same respect for other women, and he just showed that when Iona shushed him.
Yeah.
He's like, he has no respect for her. He's not going to listen to her. He's going to keep talking.
But Claire is also different. She has a self-confidence, strong.
And that's completely unusual for a lot of the time, right?
Yeah.
And he, like I said, he has this different respect for her. So he's, you know, he doesn't feel any, you know, it's not unusual for him to go out of the, well, it is unusual for him to go out of his way to speak to her like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I don't think he has the same respect for other women.
No, I don't think
that
so
he
either.
has for, but it takes and we see this throughout the series, is that when Murtaugh has a respect for somebody, he
Mhm.
treats them in very high regard.
Exactly.
Right. And that doesn't matter if it's a man, doesn't matter if it's a woman. So I think as much as people say that Jamie is a man out of his time,
Mhm.
as far as being emotionally intelligent,
Yeah.
I don't think people give Murtaugh that same respect. And I think he deserves it in a way,
Yeah.
even though he is bloodier um, and gruffer.
Yeah.
I think he does have an emotional intelligence where it comes to women and seeing women, seeing their strength and respecting it,
Yeah.
where
Exactly.
a lot of men in that time absolutely did not. If they saw strength in women, they had to squash it immediately
Yeah.
because
I
they
love
feared it.
I love how she's playing him to follow her just so she can
Yeah, get him wasted.
hook, line, and sinker.
Mm-hmm.
I love that dress.
Thought for sure you were going to mention the choker.
Well, of course, they should be wearing chokers all the time. I should be wearing a choker.
No, I
I used
told
to
you.
wear a lot of chokers in the 80s.
Yeah, I already told you that
Listen, my
it's really
wobble
good.
is going down.
Yeah,
It's
it's not your
getting
wobble,
tighter.
Phyllis. Your whole neck, everybody's neck. Once you hit um, an age where your neck muscles are not as tight anymore, you
My
have
neck,
extra skin there.
I'm good so far. If I can get another year into wearing chokers, I should bring the choker back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're that popular. You'll be able to do that.
I could bring it back to my house.
Oh, no problem. I love when he sticks out his tongue. And
I
it's
know.
and it's cool that he has these, like he has a fake teeth that he can pop out and,
Yeah.
make part of his character,
Oh, I
which
love
I
the
think is
line.
awesome.
I love the line where she says it's a sedative, and he said, "Is that Spanish?"
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
We love gargling with our booze, don't we?
Yeah,
Uh,
especially fancy
Jeez.
port. You would have
She's
got,
like, oh yeah, little pig.
yeah.
Just erg.
It's kind of sickening the way women were so, they were just there for your pleasure,
Yeah.
you
Well,
know.
I mean, there's still a lot of men that treat women like that now.
Of course.
Just walk by them, slap them on their ass like they have every right in the world to do it.
Yeah. Not that it would happen to me, but if it did, buddy, you'd end up with a sore cheek because my fists would be going through it.
Well, not only that, if somebody want to try it. They're not going to try it with me nowadays, but there was a day where, yep, throat punch.
Yeah.
God, even walk by me and tell me how to smile, tell me to smile, and you're going to get an earful.
Yeah.
Not here for your fucking entertainment.
Mind you, I don't mind giving a little entertainment now and again.
Depends on who you are, but if you're a complete stranger,
No, that's different.
tell me to smile like a monkey for you.
Yeah.
There's going to be an issue. I love this. It's so innocent of her.
Yeah.
People, when it first came out, people were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe it." Like it was just.
But
If
that's,
you have to open up your mind to the perspective, right?
you have to remember what era you're in,
Mm-hmm.
her age,
Yeah,
where she lives, what she does. She's young. It's no different than any teenager falling in love.
exactly.
This, only she doesn't have Instagram, she
Right?
can't talk to him
Uh-huh.
on Instagram, and this
Yeah.
is what they believe. They believe in the fairies. They believe in, potions and things like that. So
Yeah.
that's just their belief. So
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of sweet in a way.
Yeah. So she reaches into her cupboard and she's like, "Okay, oh yep, this is some bullshit. I'll mix
Yeah.
it in with something else."
Yeah, exactly.
It's like,
Well,
literally.
when it's marked done, it's good to go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Here's a little shit.
Yeah. And I love this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Tap your heels together 3 times.
No place like love. There's no place like love.
Yeah, exactly.
And see, it's almost heartbreaking because she's like, I trust you to be doing this for me. Thank you so much. And Claire's like, I just gave you a bottle of bullshit.
But doesn't it make complete sense? Like, it makes complete sense that she would use that show, like Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
because, she travels somewhere else, right?
Yep.
So,
Oh, goody. Oh, yay. We're running into a bunch of rapists in the hallway. How much fun can we have?
yeah, exactly.
Ugh. Good. Kick him. Nope, here comes Dougal to the rescue.
Yeah.
But, even the Gallic that they're saying sounds rapey.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna, nice last minute kick in the arse. Okay,
Yeah.
well, now I saved you. Now I'm gonna be rapey.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Save you from myself.
Right?
Yuck.
There's just poor Claire. Some people complain about how rapey the show is, and you know what? Yeah, it's rapey, but you know what? It was rapey back then, and people say, "Oh, I hate people using it was rapey back then. It's so historically accurate." You know what? It's really fucking rapey still.
Yeah.
The world that we live in today is still rapey. So you can imagine what it was like back then for women. It was a commodity. It was a way to control women. Women were completely suppressed in that day and age. And one of the biggest ways for them to do that was to keep them silent with rape and keep them terrorized with that. So if it's rapey and you feel uncomfortable, good, because that's how women felt back then.
And thank goodness for stools.
Yeah. Like little random stools sitting in hallways so we can knock out Dougal.
Yeah, exactly.
The drunkard.
Yeah.
Thank God he was loaded.
I don't think I know how to hit someone with a chair to knock them out. I think I might need to practice that.
Or you could just do what, all the victim blamers do. Don't get put into a position where you have to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's slap all of them together. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
And here we go. This is a good one. Is that a dirk in my face, or are you just happy to see me?
Yeah, exactly. It's just me. That's too funny. Well, you think she would have been able to see him
he was lying in the dark.
But the light is on.
Yeah, but she wasn't looking down.
I know.
She was looking at the horses to see which one she was going to take.
Running away on a whim. Nope.
She's like, no, I've taken great plans. Thank you. I've tied ribbons in trees.
I have thought about it.
Uh-huh.
At least she's a good planner. Doesn't mean it's effective for the time, but still a good planner. Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, you know what? There's a bunch of guys in there that aren't drunk that are all scattered through the woods because he knows that everybody's in there drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Think about it.
Yeah. I just want to go home.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you just expect her to stomp her feet. I've had enough. I just want to go home.
Yeah, but how many times, in the series do you expect her to do that?
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Uh-huh. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And she, it's easier to have those discussions in your head, but to convey it, on screen is so different. And she's just, she's so tired.
And if she's escaping, why put the choker on?
Well, she just didn't take it off.
No, that's a different choker.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
So I know it looks great on film, but it's a different choker. I
No,
think she
it's not.
completely. Yes, it is. She
No,
was.
it's
She had
exactly
a
the same one.
black
No, no, it
ribbon
wasn't.
tied in the back.
No, it's exactly the same one. It matches
Okay.
her stomacher. It matches her stomacher. We're going to fight now, guys. It's just the color.
She may have walloped him over the head. I think she did.
She totally
I think she
walloped him.
did. Yeah.
Knocked him out. I love
Good for him.
I love his I love how he laughed at it. It's like, this is a funny story, and he's not going to want anybody to know you did that.
Yeah.
This is nothing he's going to brag about to the other guys or complain about.
No, and I wish he would have just sent her back on her own.
Mm.
But he didn't want her to get attacked again. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm. The straw sticking out of the back of her hair.
I love that.
Yeah. See, the black thing is her actual hair, because her hair came out of her whatchamacallit.
She looks a little disheveled.
Yeah. She's like, oh, man,
Wee bit disheveled.
I don't want to go back.
And you could tell by her walk, it's
Yeah,
a little bit more back and
Yeah,
forth.
she's like, oh.
Okay.
She's like a 3-year-old that's, been told that they have to come in because it's supper time.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
I don't ever remember being called back to the house for supper.
No. Me
It
neither.
was when we came back, we ate.
Yeah.
It was there. Help yourself. There was no microwave. So
Nope. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And of course, Jamie was trying to stay hidden away.
yeah.
So he wouldn't have to go to the gathering and swear an oath, because he didn't want to swear no damn oath.
I love it how they call him himself, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ugh. He's like, nope. That's what a Glasgow kiss is. When you headbutt somebody. Oh. Grant knocked him out with one of...
Rupert's an ass.
He has his moments, doesn't he? Where
Yes,
you just want to give him a crack. Give him a crack over the head.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like he did to Jamie. Jamie's got a thick head, but not enough to stay awake after one of those ding-dongs.
Well, and Rupert is, he's, so devoted to the clan that I think he wants Jamie to as well, like he wants to put him in that position to see what's going to happen, right?
Yep.
Because he's such a Dougal supporter, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, they're
and he knows Jamie's a warrior as well. So he's like, maybe he's I want you to swear along with me because I want you on my side.
Yeah.
I'd rather fight with you than against you.
Yeah. Je suis prêt.
Ra-ta-ta.
I am ready.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
But it's nice that he's not wearing it. It shows that he's still devoted to his own clan.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you would be.
Yeah.
And he under somebody else's.
It's so funny. Angus looks like he's just waking up.
Barely there. Yep. Oh.
Uh-oh. And everybody knows, right?
Yep. And that was really cool because that was something that Sam Hewen did on his own after speaking to Diana and reading the book, and was Jamie's finger tapping when he's, deep in thought or, anxious or nervous or anything like that. In the books, he taps his fingers, right? Mm-hmm. So Sam included that in his portrayal on screen. Yeah. Same with Jamie's smile. Diana described it in the books as like more of a half smile, like a little smirk, is how he smiles. So
Yeah.
he does that. That's not how Sam smiles at all. It's not natural. And you can tell
No.
too when Sam does interviews and talks and stuff like that, he has a habit of when he's talking,
Yeah.
he does this a lot. And no, that's nowhere. You can't, he never does that as Jamie. Never.
No,
So
because,
he never lets that slip, but it's a completely unconscious tick he has as a human being,
mhm. We all
because
do. I have the bouncing
exactly.
leg,
Yep. Yep. But, when he's playing Jamie, that's completely gone.
Yeah.
I find it quite fascinating. But he added all of these little things that that Diana had written in the books. He didn't have to do that at all.
No.
But it was really nice to see as a book reader that had come through. And Murtaugh, even though there's not, I don't think there's a whole lot of physical characteristics that Duncan Lacroix has from the book.
Yeah.
But I found right from the start, he was perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because when I read, like, even though I was 20 years in, over 20 years in, I don't have a perfectly clear picture of what people look like. So I was pretty open to anybody, to be honest with you. I have a little bit of a visual. I love this. It's so intense.
Yeah, but you know what? That's true to his character, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Doing it out of the norm. He's this strong presence,
Yeah.
and he manages in just a short period of time to figure out how to address it, right? Because regardless,
without embarrassing Colum, right? And
yeah,
without shaming the
his own
Mackenzies.
clan. Well, and also being true to himself.
Right.
This is still his family, regardless.
Mm-hmm. And still respecting the Mackenzie clan.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Dougal just wants to slit his throat.
Yeah, well, he's an asshole, so
Uh-huh.
I've known a few of those in my lifetime.
Right?
Just a couple. I wish he would just stare at me in my eyes like that. Just for a second. Just Jamie.
And just nobody knows what the reaction's going to be.
Yeah.
But
and how many of them have cell phones in their pocket? Probably all of them.
Yep, absolutely.
Everybody mute their cell phones.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Turn the vibrations off.
There's a smile. And then Jamie takes it and drains the whole damn thing. It's like, I'm just going to drink all this wine. Thank you.
Dougal's still not impressed.
Yeah.
And the fact that he turns around, that's so funny.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
well,
I am king of all men.
Uh-huh. And he walked that line so finely, right? Between both clans and just,
Well, Colum wants him to be a successor. He knows that, his clan loves Jamie, right? And it just pisses Dougal off.
Right. Well, and that's the thing is that, Dougal's erratic.
Yeah.
Can he be counted on? Like, he's a great warrior, but can he be counted on to lead this clan when there's no war?
Yeah, exactly.
And to avoid war, because that's a part of being a good leader, is not going to war.
Yeah.
Right. To keep your clan safe. But Dougal is like, I like war. I like killing people. It's fun.
I loved how Jamie turned back and just gave her a quick glance and before he left with Murtaugh.
Yeah. Like, see what I did? Huh.
Yeah.
I made it. Pig
It ain't a
cunt.
pig, it's a boar.
Uh-huh.
Mom got attacked by a boar when she was younger. She had 2 puncture marks in her legs
Really? What?
when she was young.
Huh?
Yeah.
I did not hear this story.
Really? Yeah. No, if mom's leg had 2 puncture marks on them, and I asked her what happened. She said she got attacked by a boar when she was a little girl living out in French Village. It may have been a story, but that's what she told me.
Well, Mom wasn't the liar in our family.
So
That was our father, the narcissistic liar. But our mom didn't lie. Wow, a boar. Holy shit. That's not cool.
So I don't know if maybe someone had it on their. I don't know if they used to run wild, or if someone
there
had
are
it on their
places
farm,
that do.
or maybe it was on Grampy's farm because they had
Wow.
animals.
Yeah.
Mom's favorite animal was a horse, but
Mhm.
she couldn't be in like the same planet of them without
Mhm.
having an asthma attack. So
Well, that's the thing. I'm pretty sure that she was anaphylactic when it came to
Yeah.
horses because my
Yeah.
son is, AJ is.
yeah.
Yeah. He got a lot of his genetics from my mom, Nana,
Yeah.
which he's thrilled about. He's like, oh, thanks, Nana. I get all the good stuff from everybody.
Well, my
He likes-
middle son, he only got the asthma. It was bad when he was a baby, and as he grew up, he just I don't know, I can't say adapted because that's ignorant. It changed for him.
Right.
It just became more apparent when he would play sports because he was such a sports enthusiast, right?
Right.
And if he was going too hard, for a long time, you could see all of a sudden the blue T form on his face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he'd get pulled off to sit down and have a bit of his puffer.
Right.
But that's the only time it affects him now. So
Yeah. AJ couldn't even play sports. He was too sick with his asthma and allergies and everything else wonderful in the world. Allergy to peanuts, allergy to this, allergy to that.
yeah.
Such a lucky kid. That's what he says. Born in the shallow end of the gene pool.
Oh, we're all born in the shallow end of something.
He's smart. It's good.
Oh, what's
He's
coming?
learned to exist. There it is. Ah! Oh,
Lunch.
good shot, Dougal.
Yeah. I like this upcoming part between Claire and Dougal.
Yeah.
Because as much as an ass as he is,
Mm-hmm.
he does have this sense of responsibility and kinship.
Oh,
right?
absolutely. Yeah.
It's buried deep down there, but it does come out every once in a while.
Yep, absolutely. And Claire there, when she was with the pig, the boar,
Mhm.
she realized how dangerous this was. Like, at first she was so flippant about it.
Yeah, exactly.
And then at that moment she was like, okay, almost gored to death by this beast of a animal.
But I think she's learning to
guts.
That is so freaking cool.
Oh, it's disgusting.
But he's just got so much of himself outside of himself that it's hard to put it back in, with what she can carry in a bag, right? And
all of that stuff is supposed to be inside.
Yeah, not outside.
No. Those are inside organs.
Yeah. But you know what? He's doing the humane thing, and it takes her a second to realize, what he's doing. And you know what? You're right. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Poor Jordy.
Yeah.
It's time to go night, Jordy.
Yeah. And by the way, I did sleep with your sister.
Hmm.
And she was Bonnie.
Why don't you just tell him, no, I didn't. Like, now he's got this picture of Dougal banging his sister.
Right before he leaves
this earth.
dies.
Great. That's awesome.
But again, it's honor and a man asking another man.
There's this thing where you either give them the truth or a comforting lie. This was the moment for a comforting lie.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, that's where the ass comes out.
Yep. See this, over generations, men still haven't learned this concept.
So what's that knitted thing underneath Dougal's sleeve? Like, is that just like an arm warmer? Did they wear that underneath their jackets? Like, I wonder.
I think it's an arm warmer, but I don't think they even wore those knitted sleeves that Claire wears. I think those were knit bits that Terry came up with just to help her stay warm in the weather that they had. They could have worn them, but I don't think it's historically, on record.
You see, for me, I see a lot of people in the wintertime just wearing vests. Nuh-uh, that doesn't work for me. My arms need the padding. Like, I need to feel warm on my arms in order to, be comfortable out in the cold. These people that just walk around with a shirt and a vest, it's like, damn, you make me cold just looking at you.
Some Canadians are like that. God, we have some Canadians that walk around with a hoodie and shorts in the wintertime. And
all
it's -20.
winter long.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I know two people.
While.
I know two people that just wear shorts during the winter. And I'm just like, okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. I can't. Good for you.
Know. My Chase, my youngest, would for a long time. It took him a while before he changed into pants in the wintertime. I never got it. But now he's like a chihuahua. He shivers all the time, no matter what the weather is.
But that's me. I'm cold all the time, and I'm not when I'm having my hot flashes.
Jordy's going to be cold really soon. For the rest forever, he's going to be cold.
It's going night-night. Night-night, Jordy.
Bye-bye, Jordy. Oh, poor Dougal. It's sad. And Katrina's looking at him. Claire's looking at him like, oh, you actually have feelings.
Have a heart. Yeah, exactly. Go
wonder
figure.
How long that was going to last.
It won't last long. But
No, because he had feelings, so now he's going to go have to rage on somebody.
Exactly. And he picks the right person to rage on.
Yep.
Go join the hockey game.
It's a shinty game.
Well, I know that hockey can be shitty, but
shinty. SHINTY, shinty. And he's like, oh, look, now, because I felt a feeling, I'm going to go and beat the crap out of somebody so I can prove I'm a man.
Yeah.
This, folks, is toxic masculinity at its best.
When do you think that the kilt took a different... Like, they're wearing their plaid, but you don't see much of that in kilt makers now. They don't make the extra, right?
Well, some do, but it's
not
used as
ceremonial, right? It's not used to keep warm. They don't live in the Highlands. You know what I mean?
Because
it's too bad.
It's not necessary anymore.
Yeah, because you can go buy a puffer jacket.
Yeah. Okay. As much as, this is being a display of, Dougal's feelings of inadequacy as a man.
Yeah.
I kind of, this, with the music and the aggression, this kind of makes me hot.
I like it. I do like it.
Yeah, this is really intriguing my feminine wiles.
What? Huh? Okay. Snap out of it, Phil.
Exactly that. Yeah. Claire, on the other hand, doesn't seem impressed. But I'm very intrigued. I'm enjoying this. Oh, you know what I love is two good-looking men wrestling around like that.
Yeah, exactly. Okay,
poor
that
Angus.
was a low... But they don't even have anything under there. Like, that's just
which is mean. Kind of good, because had that been all strapped up in one place, bad. But as soon as the initial blow strikes, those balls go to one side or the other.
Yeah.
And over we go. I love
Good
how they
for
did
you.
that slow motion.
That
Was
was
so
awesome.
much fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then the king of men.
there we go. And that's when you see Warrior Jamie.
Yeah.
And that was the first time we really saw the dig deep.
Yeah.
That look right there.
Yeah.
But Jamie still respects him.
Yeah, he does.
As little respect as Dougal is giving him.
And he's still favoring that arm, you know? Even with all of that, he's still favoring the arm.
Yep.
And she's back
dropped
wearing that vest again. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of my favorite pieces she wears. My next favorite outfit is in season 5, when her and Brianna were walking along the coastline.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is my favorite.
Yeah. It's obvious, right? I'm a healer, dummy.
Just the look on her face is,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
As soon as she sees him, she just gets her back up. She's just like,
Well, I would too.
fucking right.
Because you don't know what's coming, right?
Yeah,
because
he tried to rape her.
Tried to rape her, offered to take her to town to visit a friend,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pull it. Yeah, you don't know what to get with him.
He's a contradiction.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just got to kind of let him play it out so that you can understand where he is in that moment.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little bit of a psychotic player in this one for her.
Now he's thanking her for what she did.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just.
But you know what? At least she's keeping busy,
Yeah.
I want, and she hasn't talked about, had any of these side conversations with herself now that she's there. What is she going to do? That's where the story kind of just continues on. It's no more I'm trying to escape.
I think it's probably, I think it is in her head all the time, but she's gotten to a place where, I'm going to wait for the opportunity to find me as opposed to me constantly looking for the opportunity.
Yeah. Wonder how hard it was to breathe in those corsets.
Oh God, I think you have to find a new place to start breathing from because you can't breathe from your diaphragm anymore because it's being squashed.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people with paralysis, that's the only place they can breathe from is their diaphragm. They can't breathe from their lungs.
Yeah.
It's the diaphragm that
they wouldn't
gives
be
the
able
air.
to wear corsets then.
Nope. Mm-mm. Have you ever put one on?
A corset?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't. I'd love to try one.
Like I said.
As long as I didn't have to wear a bra, I'd be okay with a corset.
Well, that's the point of wearing a corset. You don't have to wear a bra.
Woohoo!
But like I said, your titties are so big, they'd be up around your cheeks.
No, I think it'd be all right.
Your boobs would look massive. Like massive. So it would look great, but
as long as they don't look like tennis balls on the end of a nylon stocking, then I'm okay with that.
Well, that's how they look now.
I know.
So essentially, it looked like somebody put a pencil at the end and rolled them right up.
Yep. I love that jacket that she's wearing with the fur trim along. Yeah, that's pretty.
Brianna wore that in season 4.
Yep, she did. I love it.
Stop talking about later seasons.
I know. But you said that I could because everybody already watched them if they're listening to us.
Well, yeah,
right?
They likely did.
Maybe we should give spoiler alerts that it's possible that during this process we may allude to other seasons and episodes.
Yeah, we will. Wow, that was a fast one. That
I know,
felt really quick.
Is it a shorter one? This one was 55 minutes or something?
Yeah, but still,
I know,
like
it felt like it went really
make
fast.
that big of a difference. But
they need to make sure that they film these at least an hour long for us to be able to get through them.
But that was cool. No.
Yeah, I like that one. You know what? I think she's starting to settle in a little bit because she
Mm-hmm.
has no choice,
Yeah.
and
She knows this is she has to make the best of her circumstances right now and
yeah,
wait for the opportunity to find her,
yeah,
because she's just wasting her energy. She's wasting her emotional capabilities. She
yeah,
needs to focus on something else for
yeah.
now. It's just, and Rent is one of my absolute favorite episodes.
That's
um
next.
yeah,
Next
and it's
one.
the next one. So yeah, we're looking
It is.
forward to it.
Yeah, absolutely. That's awesome.
Moments in Sistory.
Now, this is from our Moments in Sistory, and this lovely woman is Fia, and I'm going to let Phyllis take over in just a second, but she is an amazing folk pop songwriter, and you guys are going to absolutely love this, so go for it, Phil.
Yeah, this is a really nice poem. Um, and I think great part of history because I think it relates to a lot way back then. It was not witches who burned, it was women, women who were seen as too beautiful, too outspoken, had too much water in their well. Yep, that's serious. Who had a birthmark, women who were too skilled with herbal medicine, too loud, too quiet, too much red in their hair, women who had a strong nature connection, women who danced, women who sung, or anything else really. Any woman was at risk burning in the 1600s. Sisters testified and turned on each other when their babies were held under ice. Children were tortured to confess their experiences with witches by being fake executed in ovens. Women were held underwater, and if they float, they were guilty and executed. If they sunk and drowned, they were innocent. Women were thrown off cliffs. Women were put into deep holes in the ground. The start of this madness was years of famine, war between religions, and a lot of fear. The churches said that witches, demons, and the devil did exist, and women were nothing but trouble. As we even see today, there are often a scapegoat created, and the chaos escalated in Sweden when the Bible became law, and everything that did not line up with it, what the church had said, became lethal. The Bible killed thousands of women. Everything connected to a woman became feared, especially your sexuality. It became labeled as a dark, dangerous, and was the core of witch trials throughout the world. So why do I write this, she says? Because I think the usage of words are important, especially when we are doing the work to pull these murky, repressed, and forgotten about stories to the surface. Because knowing our history is important when we are building a new world, when we are doing the healing work of our lineages as women, to give the women who were slaughtered a voice, to give them readiness, and a chance of peace. There was not witches who were burned, it was women.
Like I said, Fia is a folk pop song writer and a lyricist. You can find her on Spotify or wherever you download your music. You can even go to her website, fiamusicofficial.com. It's a really earthy, motivating, lovely sound. She's the kind of girl that you really want in your corner. She does these beautiful motivational TikToks as well, so you can find her on TikTok. There's something about her that's really, it's almost not of this century, so I can see her connecting
Yeah.
with the women from the 16th century who, like she said, it wasn't witches that they were burning. It was strong women. It was women who thought for themselves. It was women that were not put into the box of what they wanted women being put into. And even in this day and age, it still happens. Okay, you know what? Yes. And people are saying, well, women aren't being burned. Fuck that. They are too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not in your country,
Yeah.
but in some countries, they
Yeah.
still are. I mean, hell, there are some countries where they just are allowed to drive, and they're only allowed to drive if they have the permission of a man.
Yeah.
So let's not think that, we are equal. And it's women like Fia who are still pushing those boundaries and looking at the women and those moments in SISTORY. And Fia in herself is a sister too.
Yep. Exactly. So, guys, make sure that you join us for another episode of SISSUes. And at the end of each of our program, you'll find sister segments. And remember, blood or bond, make sure you share your stories. You can go to sissues.ca or visit us on social media through Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook.